Hello, I'm Dr. Catherine Ingracia, and I have the privilege of serving as chair of the Department of English, the largest humanities unit and one of the oldest departments in the College of Humanities and Sciences at Virginia Commonwealth University. Once again, the department's regular ceremony we would have had for graduation and a recognition of our students must take this virtual form. Contrary to popular opinion, I don't usually sit in my study in full academic regalia. As a chair, as a faculty member, and frankly, as the parent of a senior in college, I keenly feel what the loss of our usual gatherings means to you and to your family and friends. No amount of cheery virtual greetings is going to compensate for our lost ability to gather together, to celebrate your achievements, and to enjoy the rituals that provide a sense of closure. But what should never be lost at this moment is our pride in your accomplishments, our commitment to you as students and soon to be alums, or our warmest wishes for your future success. To speak to some things at this moment of transition, closure, and commencement signify, because of course, commencement actually means beginning, even though we often associate it with endings, I've asked two people to speak briefly to our graduates. First, I'd like to introduce Ollie Carter, who has a few words for you. Ollie, who earned a BA in English from VCU, is completing their MA in English, as well as a graduate certificate in Gender, Sexuality, and Women's Studies. Ollie is also the recipient of the department's Black History in the Making Award.
Hi, guys. So I'm going to be honest with y'all. This video and naturally the message behind it was a little hard for me to wrap my head around. This last year has been challenging in so many unprecedented ways that it felt wrong to stick to the status quo of an almost saccharine, optimistic set of remarks. The more I thought about what to say, what I want you all to hear, and even what I want to hear myself, the more a phrase kept coming to mind. Now, it's perhaps not the most immediately encouraging, but there's something to it, especially in the moment we're living right now. It goes, you must, so you will. As we all stare down our next phases of life, whether your path has been undeterred or you're finding yourself swimming in uncharted and maybe even shark-infested waters, know that you've all done something astoundingly incredible here. You've achieved a tremendous accomplishment in a set of circumstances that have levied every possible challenge to your success. And not only did you do the damn thing, you did it with style. You've survived, which is a feat of its own, and you've managed to innovate and love and create change in this historically chaotic moment. So, from here, know this. You must, so you will. What you've learned here, not just in the classroom or Zoom university, as it were, but the life that you've lived these past years has made you capable beyond measure. No matter what comes your way in these next weeks, months, or even years, never doubt you're exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to be doing. You've proven you can handle anything and finesse it at that. So as we step into an unknown and largely unknowable future, know that you've already proven yourself. Know that you have the power to tackle anything that comes your way. And in the meantime, congratulations. Take some time, take a deep breath, celebrate in whatever way you see fit. I am so incredibly proud of y'all, and I know that the entire department, the entire school, the entire university community, and all of your loved ones feel the same way.
Thank you for that great message, Ollie. Now I'd like to introduce our second speaker, Dr. Richard Fine. On September 1st, Richard, one of our senior colleagues, is retiring from the department after more than 40 years of dedicated service. A former department chair, the author of 3 books and dozens of articles, and a faculty member who has taught hundreds, dare I say thousands of students at VCU, Richard also has some thoughts to share with you.
Hello, Richard Fine here. First, let me add my congratulations to you graduates. Others no doubt will have said the same by now. Making it through to this day is always an achievement, but even more so for the class of 2021, given these weird pandemic-inflected times. All props for simply making it to this moment. It's customary on such occasions to reassure English majors, and perhaps even more so your families, that a liberal arts degree will prepare you well for the road ahead. Political leaders and education muckety-mucks talk as if the purpose of a college education is merely to equip you to become part of the 21st century workforce, as if a university is nothing more than a vocational school with a better library and a fancier gym. That said, we in the English department do not intend you to be cubicled workplace zombies. Indeed, we hope we have equipped you with resources to resist that fate, to understand that a life well lived involves more than a paycheck, however necessary that paycheck might be. If anything, your studies should have helped you resist the pressure to put a marketplace value on life. Ultimately, you will measure your success not by how much money you make or by how high up the career ladder you rise, or certainly not by how many people follow you on social media. Indeed, I speak to you today in praise of the rewards of an ordinary life. Much of the reading you have done as students has attempted to make visible and valued what is often invisible and devalued, the everyday lives of everyday people. While in the department we rightly focus on language and the importance of words, over the years I've come to value even more that realm of our existence where, to paraphrase a poet, words fail, but meaning still exists. It is just this realm that so many writers struggle to convey. I suspect many in your family are now experiencing just what I'm talking about, both in that words are insufficient to what they are feeling in this moment, and that it is just this feeling which makes life worth living. Personally, this was brought home to me recently when I held a grandchild in my arms for the first time, and when I saw the look in my daughter's eyes as I did so. Words fail, meaning still exists. We live in a time when the injustices and inequities of life are all too apparent. But what I am speaking of here is not reserved for the rich, the powerful, and the well-connected. I'm realistic enough to understand that even the simple joys of life are not accessible to everyone. But a meaningful life is not built on impressive titles, fancy cars, or hordes of Instagram followers. Indeed, the effort put into acquiring such things may actually be an obstacle to obtaining what truly matters. I've come to realize that a joyful and fulfilled life, a life that matters, is built on more mundane stuff: constancy, fidelity, friendship given and received, love of family, simple gifts. These are possible for all or almost all of us. In this sense, I wish for every one of you an extraordinary, ordinary life. All best.
Thank you for those insightful words, Richard. Finally, our faculty, a distinguished group of scholars, writers, and teachers who have been with you at every step of this journey, virtually celebrate this moment with you.
Congratulations! Lots of Asians.
Graduates, your accomplishment at this particular moment is significant. You've navigated more Zoom classes than you care to remember, attended virtual office hours, and read library books that were mailed to you. You've demonstrated perseverance, good nature, and a willingness to turn on your camera. Most important, you've also gained skills that are really needed at this particular moment. We need people like you who delight in literary escape and imaginative worlds. We need people like you who can offer careful analysis and good critical thinking. We especially need people like you who will help us make sense of the world around us and begin to tell the story of these challenging times with your thinking and writing. We look very much forward to what you do next. May you and your loved ones stay safe and healthy, and remember to please keep in touch.